Hey, gang, how are you? It's Mobb Guppy, where the Guppies is the mob. Anthony's fishy friends in the house. I hope that you are having a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy Hanukkah. And for those who don't celebrate either, a very nice day. It is a holiday, so I'm doing something I normally don't do. I'm enjoying a little wine. Just poured it just a moment ago. Vinoski, Fishkoto, what's up? Yeah, so wine on the docket. And so that's good. And I am boiling potatoes in, hey, Lady Metalhead, how are you? I'm boiling potatoes. My ALEXA goes off in about a half hour. And then I will go and turn off the heat so they can cool down. And when we're done, well, first of all, I'm going to take Maggie for a walk, my poochie. And then I will peel them to make an awesome, I have a pork roast ready to go. I got one of those pre-done, pre-marinated pork roasts. I know, a little lazy, but I know how to make a good German pork roast. The problem was I couldn't find a pork roast worth buying. There was not enough fat. And remember, when it comes to meats, fat is flavor. That's why chicken tastes better if it's got the skin on it. That's why prime steak is better than select steak. It's fat is flavor if you're going to do a meat. So there you go. So I've got that going. I got the wonders of that. It's warming up in Joplin, Mo. Yesterday our high was about 9 degrees. Yeah, did a little laundry there. It was about 9 degrees. And so today it's already 15, heading for a wonderful 24. There you go. So pretty exciting all the way around. What's going on? What's going on with you guys? I hope you're having a great holiday, doing some fun. I spent Thanksgiving at my sister's house. This year for Christmas, it's just me hanging out at the homestead. Tomorrow I'll have some wonderful leftovers. Life's good. Life is good. Do any of you have amazing holiday plans? Bruiser CB. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you. Absolutely. So, Lady Metalhead, where are you? I'm in Joplin, Mo. It was -5 yesterday morning. Yeah, that's good. Still a little windy. Still a little windy. So there you go. Football's on all day. Any of you, fish stuff? I believe one of my siblings was very nice, and I'm not opening it till tomorrow, but it's something as an addition to my camera. One of my many interests, which all of us have, is photography, and I love wildlife photography. And so this is a better zoom lens to go from there. Yeah, I heard from a buddy of mine who was whining about it. He's in Huntsville, Alabama. He goes, "It's like 9 degrees here." I said, "Dude, it was -5 yesterday. I don't need your whining." -4 in north central West Virginia. All right, very good. I love West Virginia, by the way. One of the most beautiful states. I I have been to 45 of the 50 states. Here's where I have not been. And it's just stupid. I should have done 2 of these because I was so close. Uh, I have not been to Rhode Island, and I've not been to Vermont. But I've been, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York, Maine. I should have just done whatever it took just to hit those states. I understand Vermont is beautiful. The other couple of states that I have not seen, it's actually 3 more: Alaska, Idaho, and Oregon. I've been very close to Oregon several times. Should have gone and seen that. So there you go. The wine of choice today, it's I think a Hanukkah friendly wine choice. It's a port. Like Manischewitz, it's very sweet. There you go. Doug Gray. Man who keeps turning down Lizzo's marriage proposals. Yep. Hot black coffee. I had hot black coffee this morning earlier. I woke up a little after 4 this morning, had some delicious Joe, nice breakfast, a couple of eggs. I got those biscuits that you make. That was good with some butter on them. And a couple of eggs, strong. Yeah. I have some appetizer stuff going on, which is I have some goat cheese and those Crunchmaster cracker things. Have you ever guys gotten those? Those are really, really good. See what's going on in the fish room. Life is good. The fish are, when we're done, we'll get their second feeding of the day. It's, yeah, life's good. I had someone locally who's a big fan of the Mobb Guppy, where the Guppies Mobb, get some California Reds, meet me at a Walmart. And for those of you who have not sold fish in the parking lot of a Walmart before, you pretty much now understand what it's like to be a drug dealer. Because I think a lot of drug dealing goes on in the parking lot of a Walmart. Hold on a second here. I'll make sure this is doing what it's supposed to be doing. Had to turn down the boiling water in the potatoes because they were still boiling, even though I thought I put them down to kind of a simmer, so I turned them down a little bit more. Patty's Petite Tanks, Mike's Aquatics and Things. Hey, gang. It's this winter storm Elliott was heck of a deal. Over the last several years, I've been invited to the neighbors, for Christmas Day, and they haven't done it this year. But I really haven't seen them. So, so we'll find out. They're good peoples. I got, the deal is, I don't know if I'm going or not, and they have kids, and I haven't picked up kids any gifts yet. And if they invite me over, I'll feel bad about it. What's up, Melvin? Melvin's here. So I realized something. I have enough gray in my beard that if I start this earlier in the year, I could like get some side money as Santa Claus. Not necessarily that thin, got kind of rosy cheeks. You know, maybe I figure out I'm about 2 months in on this right now. So, you know, for November, you know, I guess I'm not gonna clip it. Let's see how long I go. And if all of a sudden I get to the point where I think I look Santa official, and it's like 3 months or 4 months, maybe I'll pick up a Santa outfit and begin the whole deal. There you go. Peter Claus, exactly. You know, Patty, money isn't that tight, but you know, you can make some pretty good. You could make some pretty good coin. You show up to an office party, you make a few $100. Inflation's sort of getting us all. I will say this, and I don't know about you guys. Inflation is I bought 18 extra large eggs today, $7.27. So yeah, a little side gig money. It's not like I'm not busy enough already, but Scuba Stevo's Aquatics, what is up? Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to all. It's this is what, day 7 of Hanukkah, I believe. 8 crazy nights wraps up tomorrow, I believe. Happy Festivus as well. I'm pro holiday. There's a lot of people who are bah humbug with holiday stuff. I'm not. But I tend to be one of these individuals. I have so much going on. Next week, though, I am off. I am off from work all week. So I may be popping in first thing in the morning almost every day. The airing of grievances should commence. 503 Aquatics, what's up? And if I have my digital assistant, the Alexa, set up doing a timer for me to turn off my potatoes, which are boiling away.
There are no timers set.
I thought I had set one, but I have not. So there you go.
Here is an answer from an Alexa Answers contributor.
Turn off.
Conjunction formed.
Hold on.
You have 26 minutes left on your 27-minute timer.
All right, very good. It's yeah, life's good. I've reached out to a lot of my aunts and uncles, not all of them. I've been doing a text-a-thon already this morning. Sent out a bunch, but not to all yet. So there you go. And by the way, our buddy John Oliver, for those of you who are not friends with him on Facebook, he just got a baby goat. He has more baby goats at home. Pretty cool. Pretty neat stuff. I like the goats. Other than that, let's see here. Yeah, like always, get some. I'm actually replacing a few as I do water changes this week and stuff. I'm changing a bunch of. Uh, I'm changing a bunch of my sponge filters. I have some that are older that I'm just changing out. I don't keep my aquariums overly full, so I don't get overly paranoid about spiking of ammonias and stuff like that. Who doesn't have a baby goat? I don't. I don't have a baby goat. I miss out on that. So one of the ladies across, Daniken, what's up, Kenny? Go Vikings, school. One of my neighbors across the street, she's a widow. She was dating a guy for a while who had a goat. Showed up with a baby goat, tied it up. So I brought Maggie over to see it, and Maggie was like freaking out over it. She wanted to go out and hang out with the goat, spend quality time with the goat, but thought the goat should behave like a dog. Yeah, there you go. Anybody who has a puppy and stuff like that, one of the biggest things you can do is go out and acclimate them to as many different things as possible. It serves you very well in the life with your dog. And I will say this is that um, when you're dealing with stuff like that, you're dealing with training in a puppy. Now, puppies are very frustrating, because you're essentially Maggie's at 18 months, and now she's totally toilet trained and stuff like that, but she's still puppy like in a lot of ways. And because of that, it's difficult. It's your patience runs a little thin. I personally think that if you get a puppy, you're able to clue them in to how you want them to behave. There's no trauma in their lives other than what you created yourself. So there you go. Yeah, good times overall. Hey, it's up to a balmy 16 degrees in Joplin, Mo. Anybody who's been through this winter storm thing, this thing really gave us some freezing weather. One of my other neighbors had their heat pump went out, and they had to call 2 different services to fix it. Yeah, good times. Good times. She said her home got down to 36 degrees inside. Hopefully, no frozen pipes. Let's see what other little things are going on. Just reordering around stuff, getting stuff all over. Yeah, thank you, Scuba Steve. I don't know if I have that good. He has a really nice voice. Freaky Fish Lady, how are you? How are you doing? It's I do have to get in. I have this fish room ready to go up, and I just haven't started working on it because I've been way too busy. But I really have to get going. Hey, Doug, can you do me a favor? Um, I tried to become friends with our boy Simeon on Facebook about purple guppies. He hasn't accepted my friendship. Can you send an email to both of us introducing us? Yeah, it's freezing around Pittsburgh. Yeah, it's freezing everywhere, my friend. Not great at all. I am I don't mind winter, by the way. I don't have a problem with winter at all. Oh, okay. Well, where else should I look for purple guppies? One of the guppy strains I want to get are purples. Melvin, you should be in the mayor's mansion. Does Pittsburgh have a mayor's mansion? New York does. It's called Gracie Mansion. Actually, I don't think mayors should get their own house. I get the idea about a governor or a president. Yeah. Think Raj does? I want to do purples. I like purple. I'm from Minnesota originally. Vikings, Prince. Don't need to peel that onion too deep to see that I'm all about the purple. I will say this, gang, is that I'm an IFGA member, but my membership runs out at the end of the year. I don't know if I'm re-upping or not, mainly because I swear to you, I've downloaded all the stuff of value off their website, and there's no community there. There's none. Why am I sending 25 bucks to a place that really doesn't care about me and cares about my membership? So there you go. Yeah, purple's what I want to do. I I think that's that stuff. Very good. Hey, Doug, does the mayor of Philadelphia get his own city paid for living space? Sipping on that delicious vino. You think he lives in a townhouse in Old City, Philly, away from the crime? By the way, Doug sent me an article about another attempt at an ATM, which is a big deal there. Stealing of the ATMs, real big deal, and are blowing them up. There was another one where someone went into a convenience store, a couple of doofuses wearing masks, pulling a gun on the poor fellow in the convenience store, And if I have it right, didn't the convenience store guy pull out a gun that was bigger than what they had, and they ran away like little wussies? That makes sense, by the way, Melvin. I don't think that uh, there should be official residences for mayors. I just don't. And I don't even know if for governors makes all that sense. We pay enough in taxes. You know what? And it's Doug. That's what makes Philadelphia great. It's no longer the home of the Liberty Bell or where the Constitution was written. Uh, it's the home of places of folks who love the carjacking or the Philly cheesesteak sandwich. It's for those of you who are in your teens and 20s, I'm going to give you a helpful, unsolicited, the Rocky movie, yeah, unsolicited advice by somebody who has a couple more years on you. There's no need for you ever to be out past midnight. Only bad things happen. There was a thing in Philadelphia about a year ago where some dopes are in line to get a Philadelphia cheesesteak at like 1 a.m. and they get into an argument. And all of a sudden, boom. Yeah, Patty, no, you're speaking the truth. It has a lot to do with sometimes there are smaller towns that crime per capita is really high. It's just better media in a place like Philadelphia. The other place, I will tell you that, I lived in suburban New York City, which I know I've said probably ad nauseum, for about 7 years. And it was when New York was safer. But I went to the city a lot, and you better know your way around being street smart. Get on a subway, I'll give you a tip. Stand against the wall at the back. Do not stand up front. Stand the wall in the back. There you go. Oh, look what I have. I have some water. Yeah, it's by the way, setting up breeders and guppies. Again, one of the things that makes guppies so unique that you can be somebody like is that you can go and 5 of us could buy a trio of the same strain from the same person. And you give it enough generations, the guppies will change a little bit, even if you're fastidious on selecting breeders. Because what you may like as the breeding males and females may be different than what I like or Doug likes or any of us here. Yeah, I've been drinking. I've had now a half a glass of wine. So fastidious comes out. Yeah, purple guppies, they're strong. So that's sort of the beauty of guppies is how you pick breeders is totally set up to you. your preferences, even if it's the same strain. I will tell you with the same strains, you sit there and you go, well, don't they essentially look alike? And yes and no. It's there are certain things that every person sort of fancies. So there you go. The Musos used to have nice guppies. They don't have anymore. That's too bad. I will tell you, though, the moorings of our society are falling apart. And organizations like, I've seen them occasionally on Aquabid, Doug. I've seen them occasionally on Aquabid. The yin and yang guppies. You see, now that would be a heck of a deal. That's a good question. I don't think it's genetically possible, but I could be wrong. I'm a simple man. I've learned things over time. Let me see how much I have left on my timer.
Left on your 27-minute timer.
All right. I started this a little late, so in about 5 minutes, I have to get up for a second. And turn those things off. You saw them at Petco? I'll have to check that out. It's generally speaking, though, that's not good news. I'm not, because my Vikings are not on local TV. I didn't go to the sports bar. I'm watching the Chiefs and the Sea Chickens. And the Seahawks, they've lost like 4 games in a row. They're probably going to lose this game to the Chiefs. The Chiefs are not as good as people think. That's why Chattanooga Ed is not here. He's a big Kansas City Chiefs fan. I have no idea why. He loves the St. Louis Cardinals as well. Is that in my this is not as good of a team. So there you go. It's and by the way, I don't know, besides, I hate to say this, Philadelphia Eagles, as soon as they get their starting quarterback as returned, what is the best team in the NFL? I don't know. I just don't know. I would love to have that figured out, but I don't. I just do not have it figured out at all. I wish I could go and sit there and say, hey, this is a great team or that's a great team. I don't know. I have no idea. I wish I knew. The Bills, though, the Bills got beat at home by the Vikings. They are sort of a one-dimensional team. Josh Allen, their quarterback, is awesome. Their defense is good, not great. Receiving core for that team, they got one guy, Stephon Diggs. The other receivers are pretty pedestrian. Yeah, I don't know in the NFL who has a really a great team. I think all these teams have shortcomings. Normally, you get to this time of year and you go, yeah, these are the two, three great teams. I don't think we know that, which is very exciting for the playoffs. Very exciting for the playoffs all the way around. So there you go. The other, and one of the things I want to do next year, and is as I expand my little fish room into this thing, when my lady friend comes to town, I'll have her help me put up the fish room. So I saw a lady earlier this year, and because of things going on in her life, we sort of stopped seeing each other. And now we're talking, and I think she's coming to town for a couple of weeks. So there you go. There you go, all the way around. Um, I want to go and import fish from Asia. And I just want to go through the process that I can explain to everybody, maybe in a different way than Doug has or our buddy John Oliver. I just want to go and do that just as a thing to try. I sort of am excited about that entire sort of process of doing that. I also want to go out and you'll learn more. Get more stuff in. I'd love to pay more attention to plecos. I've really gone to do that. Your fish gift thing, gang. What are things that you would like to accomplish that you haven't done yet? And the beauty about our hobby, like any hobby, by the way, there's always what's next, which is good, which is a very good thing for us. Okay, sounds good. The closest transshipper near me, and is it worth a drive to pick up the fish there? Maybe Dallas. I am also going to be Melvin, guppies are your deal. Even an idiot like I am can breed the guppies. I've bred enough fish. Oh, you wouldn't use him? Okay, I'll get with you. I'll get with you. Minneapolis, there's another guy who does a lot of shipping and arrivals there. I've got to deliver Maggie. Let's see here. That's a good question. It's Ku Yang or something like that. It's let's see here. Ku Yang. Yep, Ku Yang is his name. So there you go. Give me a second here, gang. I've got to hold on a second here.
27 minutes on.
Cancel. I've got to hold on a second, gang. I have to. Give me a second here. I'm letting the water boil again. There you go. I think our buddy with Twin Cities Guppies gets a lot of stuff through that guy. So I think that's strong. I think we can deal with that. And he's got a neat store. Kang has a great store. So I turn up the heat, let it boil, turn it off, and allow this thing to get ready to go. But yeah, shipping fish in, from internationally is kind of a neat thing to do, to try, get a strain that is relatively new. It's all right. I think I can turn this off now. I think this is back to boiling. I think this is back to boiling. Yeah. All right. There we go. Turn that off so it can, do what it do. You got lucky with 3 trios from December 3rd weather that wasn't cold yet. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I think that's a goal, for I think a lot of us. The deal is with the Guppies is, and I think it's kind of a fantasy for most people who have Guppies, is to sort of develop your own strain, which I'm working on right now with with the California Reds, is coming up and doing your own thing. I'm really positive. I'm really about trying that. I think that's something we all like and all want to do if you have Guppies. I think that, for some folks, is just going out and, breeding rare fish. That's neat. Our buddy Tom Endler, who, hey, Sharpie's Fishing Phantoms. Good evening. Where are you, Sharpie? Are you in GB on the Great Britain? Where are you? The UK? Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah to you. Yes, this is a port wine. My first glass. It's really strong. Eastern England. Excellent. Well, a happy holiday to you. You've never seen a phantom? Neither have I. Tell us, Sharpie, what's a phantom? That's a good thing to bring up. Brandon. And thank you very much. And there's some good content there. There's stuff, yeah, you may pick up a tip or two. Here's the deal. I'll give you a little thing. I'm not a master breeder. I am I know some things. The way that I approach things may be a little different than some people, but I'm pretty but it's Doug Gray's is a great guppy breeder, has been at it forever. And you can be honest here, Doug. My guppy knowledge, would you give me a 5, a 7, a 3, a 9? You give it to me, I'll accept it. I know enough. A phantom being a ghost. There you go. And in the States, across the pond here in the States, we would refer to that as a ghost, not a phantom. See, that's the beauty. But I think the deal is, I've learned this in life. I'm going to give you one of the great tips. If someone all of a sudden looks at themselves, easily a 9 compared to other YouTube guppy breeders. Thank you very much, Doug. My guppy stuff is, I was watching a channel, and I don't say mean things about people. But there was a guy who called himself a guppy expert because he read a lot of books on guppies. Okay, I have the academics, but I also have the practical. I was talking to a buddy of mine who's an accountant, and he's with one of the big firms. And because he's a little patient, he's a patient man. He's responsible for training in the newbies who just graduated from college or just joined the firm. He is the guy. And I will tell you, he goes on and he says that, you'll get people with 4-year accounting degree, and then they get their MBA, and he spends 2 years, he spends, 6 months retraining them on what they're supposed to be doing. Chill out, Maggie. That's sort of the deal. It's let's see here. All right, gang. There you go, Sublimias. There you go, strong. Yeah, I'm a friend of Kim Jong-un and his beautiful sister. I'll tell you what, the worst slob in the world is the guy who's married to Kim Jong-un's sister. Can you imagine? If you tick her off, you're likely gonna just show up to, get home from work and get iced. So there you go. Maggie, lay down. She is kind of cute, yeah. You see, it's highly likely not to do well If you marry her, you better follow what she says. And if you don't, good luck. That's the thing about being a bloodthirsty murderer. I don't know why she's doing this. Maggie, lay down. I didn't meet them, Brandon. I have not met them. It's a joke. I've not met Kim Jong Un or his sister. It's have not met them. I have not been to North Korea. I've not even been to South Korea. I haven't been out of the Western Hemisphere. But it's I was just thinking, going, yeah, isn't that good? No, I'm not the next Dennis Rodman. Trust me, I'm not. It's good. Yeah, I think, here's the deal. If you get invited to North Korea, I'm going to give you a little tip. You go there and you're very, very polite. If you visit North Korea, you're very, very polite. If they say do this, you do that. You sit and you follow. You don't, what was the name of the guy who went to jail and got freed right as he was dying? Otto Warmbier or whatever his name was. Yeah, here's the deal. And we went through this thing with Brittany Griner, who just got out of jail. You travel outside the country. You're polite everywhere you go. You see, there you go. You travel outside the USA or, Great Britain or wherever you are. You go and you behave. Whatever they say, whatever the rules are, you follow them and you smile. Yeah, you don't take any holiday photos, especially in North Korea, without prior approval. You are completely your deal. You don't pull out your cell phone. You just sit there and go on the tour and smile from ear to ear. It's just go on the trip. Are any of you familiar with Henry Rollins? Henry Rollins was lead singer of the seminal punk rock group Black Flag. He also had his own band called Rollins Band. And yes, Sharp, you are. You're an ambassador for your country. And Americans have a reputation of being the ugly American. You can't do that. You can't do that. You got to be over. You got to be as polite as you can be. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, sir. No, ma'am. You just have to be a great ambassador. Well, so Henry Rollins has something you can find on YouTube of his visit to North Korea. And he's on the tour, going through it, and all of a sudden, one of the people in the tour recognizes him. He goes, shh, don't say a thing. He goes, afterwards, when we get back to South Korea, I'll take any picture you want. And so the guy requested that Henry Rollins take a picture dressed in a kimono. There you go. I'll tell you what, the Guinness out of the Out of the keg in Great Britain? Count me in. Count me in. What's going on with our Vikings, Kenny? Oh, the Vikings are ahead, 10-zip. It's strong. Your dad called from Wisconsin? Is he a Packers fan, Kenny? Yep, salt and malt vinegar, exactly. Absolutely. I'm sorry, Kenny. My deepest condolences. It's almost like being a member of some twisted cult. All right, Lady Metalhead. When we're done here, make sure you head over to her stream and hang out a bit. Be all good. Yep, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to all. And all a good night. So as soon as I'm done here, obviously I'm walking Maggie. The potatoes are cooling down. Yep, it's a good watch, Patty. Exactly. And then get ready to put that in the oven. Life's good. Geno Smith had to leave the field for the Seahawks and Chiefs. I don't know how injured he is. Drew Lock is warming up. Kind of like Drew Lock. I think there's an opportunity there. So there you go. All right, gang. I better go and tend to the pooch. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas to all of you. And may all of you have a great, great holiday. Next week, I'll pop in and out probably in the morning. And again, adios, mi amigos, amigas.